Hello, my name is Adam Gallagher and I'm going to be doing my CBA on the Battle of Killala. My relation to this event is with my dad, who used to live in Ballina, which is down the road from where the battle happened. The rebellion began with a man named Theobald Wolfetone, along with a group of merchants. They formed a group called the United Irishmen, which sought an end to British interference, parliamentary reform and Catholic emancipation. Theobald spoke with a French leader seeking support, and by this time Britain and France were at war. Britain discovered that the United Irishmen were looking for aid from Napoleon, so they sent 40,000 soldiers to wipe them out. The United Irishmen sent an urgent message to France for immediate aid, and in December 1796, a fleet of 12,000 French troops arrived in Bantry Bay, County Cork. But the majority of the ships were destroyed, as Britain had a much stronger navy and more manpower. 20 months later, in August 1798, a far smaller French fleet successfully landed in Killala Bay, with 1,060 soldiers under the command of General Jean-Joseph Amabel Humbert. General Humbert was a French military officer who participated in several notable military conflicts of the late 18th and early 19th century. Born in the townland of L'Écourt-Saint-Nabord, outside of Remiremont voyages, he was a sergeant in the National Guard of Lyon. He, along with 1,060 French soldiers, 30 cannons and a supply of arms, occupied the town of Killala. The United Irishmen issued proclamations urging local citizens to join as recruits. 5,500 muskets were handed out to the farmers, and many more armed themselves with pikes. Humbert's army, with nearly 1,500 Irish auxiliaries, marched against Castlebar, and after a heroic fight against a far better equipped government force, nearly twice its strength, they had won. This battle became known as the Races of Castlebar because of the speed with which the English Metalia turned and fled. The historian Thomas Pakenham described it in the Year of Liberties as one of the most ignominious defeats in British military history. General Humbert and his rebels went on to take Westport and Newport, inspiring rebel groups in Westmeath and Longford to take up arms. In the euphoria that followed, Humbert declared an Irish Republic, appointing John Moore of Moore Hall as President of the Provisional Government of Connacht. Through all of the sensational progress, one thing became clear, that it could not be sustained. The British were determined more than ever to reassert their control, and Lord Cornwallis sent 13,000 reinforcements, forcing Humbert and his rebels to retreat to Foxford, while the English planned their final pincer movement. Humbert didn't have enough Irish recruits or arms to combat the British might. His army began to march towards Leinster to support the rebels there, but they were intercepted in Ballinamuck, County Longford, on the 8th of September. For a paltry of 30 minutes of fighting, the French surrendered and were made prisoners of war. The Irish who had accompanied them were killed, and a wave of ruthless repression in Mayo ensued, with anyone suspected of being involved killed. The aftermath of the battle was long remembered as Blian na Franca, or the Year of the French. The Sheriff of Mayo, Dennis Brown, brother of Lord Athomont, became known as Dunca on Ropa, or Dennis of the Rope, for the amount of people he hung on the scaffold at the time. The 1798 rebellion was the most widespread of all Irish rebellions. 11 counties in Ulster, Leinster and Connacht rose against English rule over 6 months in 1798, leaving 30,000 dead, but it was definitely Mayo that suffered the most. Thanks for listening.